All right, good evening, everyone. I had a member in chat private message me asking if I could make a video with Thinkorswim on how to set up basic charts and indicators as well as to start your own scans. So I looked and I didn't really think that I had a video just on specifically that. So here's a quick one on that for you. Really quick here. It's been a while since I've seen the default chart, but I went ahead and reset this. So this is what your Thinkorswim chart should look like, assuming you have never modified it or anything like that. All right. So you pull up SPY, looks much like the rest of the programs, right? You pull up SPY, just gonna use this as the standard one. So right now it shows volume, green bars and red bars for up and down, and it's on a daily chart. Okay, so if you wanted to add on an indicator, you can come up here to this little icon and click it, or you come over here to where it says studies. Okay, and then you can hit edit. I don't like using the ads or quick studies unless you're just doing one quick thing. So I usually will just come here, click on the studies feature, and now say you want to have the simple moving average. So if you just click in this little search box, you can type in moving, and as you see down here, your moving averages are right here. Here's your moving average exceptional. And I don't see simple. Is it called simple? There it is. Yep. So simple is actually called simple. So you would just go ahead and double click it, and it will bring it over and put it here on the top, which is price, which is all this. Okay. Then the volume one is your volume section, and then lower would bring up another section below the volume. So here you got it moved over. Okay. It presets to 9. If you wanted to change that, say you wanted to have the 20 moving average on here, you come up, you double click, or just click once on the clog, and length, go ahead and change that. So say we want the 20, and then you want that one to be yellow. So down here at the bottom under SMA, you just click the color and click yellow. Or if you wanted even more detailed one, click on more, and it brings up the whole color code thing. Okay. So you'd click there, then go ahead and click OK. Once you have it on there, hit apply, and then OK. And now on a daily chart frame, you have the 20 moving average on the daily. This will adjust when you pick all your other time frames. Okay, it'll just 20 moving average on a 5 minute, and then here's a 20 moving average on the daily. So there's that one. Okay, now say you want to have an RSI indicator. Same thing. You come up here, you click the edit studies, and you can type in here RSI. There's all the studies related to RSI. Here's the one you'd want. Okay, defaults to 14. It puts it on lower. So now you can see the lower here. You hit apply, and now there's your RSI. So you have RSI volume. If you wanted to change this, maybe you think overbought and oversold is more around 80-20. You can just double click on the indicator itself. All right, you see that kind of hovering over it. Just double click the indicator, or you can go back up to edit studies and then hit the cog. Right, and now maybe you wanted these. I want these to be 80-20 instead, right? And then you want it only on a 10-day period. So you just select that. You can change the colors as well, right? Your normal color is just gray color. If it breaks below, it's going to turn it kind of blue. If it breaks above, it'll turn it red. We'll just leave it like that. You hit OK, you hit apply, and now you see it widen it to 80-20. If you thought that maybe you want to shrink this down because there's too much, you can click here and you can bring it down to lower it. Same thing here. You can lower your RSI. You can do that now, and then to zoom out, you can click here and zoom out a little bit. Now you have more charting space here. Okay, so that is your basic way to put an indicator on a chart. It's really simple. You can have as many as you want. Say you want to have what else goes on a move? Bollinger Bands, right? Just look for Bollinger Bands, and you can double click, bring the Bollinger Bands over, and hit apply, and there's your Bollinger Band. So you can have as much as you want, little as you want, edit it. There's one thing, if you don't like having the volume on a separate one, you can make it overlay onto the daily chart to free up some room. You want to do that, you go ahead and click this cog, And it's going to be on overlay, excuse me, I'm looking for it. There it is. Okay, so right under general, you can hit I think that's the one. Yep, overlap volume. And you see what it did? Once you hit apply, hit OK, it now puts it on the chart. So now it frees up an extra bar. Volume's not a huge thing that, indicator that you don't want to see. So it's not interfering. Some of them will. You can see here the volume was crazy and it overlapped. With this blue, it's not such a big deal, but if you really wanted to see if it was an uptick or a downtick on the volume, then you want to come back to the cog, and then under appearance, instead of using the preset color down here at the bottom, you can color as the ticks. Okay, and now as you see, a green candle will be green on the volume, a red candle will be red on the volume, a doji candle will be gray. You hit apply, and now you got the colors. And not too big of a deal when your chart is away from volume, but if you have stuff where it's dipping down in, you can't really make ends meet. So that's why I like having that one as the basic preset color, or even maybe a lighter, a lighter color that's not going to be too much to look at. You can even go darker, but I'll just leave that alone. Okay, hit apply, boom. So there's moving your volume onto the chart, how to put on a couple of indicators, a lower indicator. If you ever have custom studies and after you import them, they'll be in here as well. You can see that I have like a shared one. I also have test subjects in here as well. So to do that, to import it, you would come up to setup and then hit open shared item, and you'd paste in that ToS code that is given to you by somebody else, and then hit open and then preview, or actually it'll be preview then open, and then you can hit save and rename and name it to something you like, and then you'll be able to just come back in here and find out whatever you saved it as, like a test, right? And you can just add it in, and you can see it's going to put automatically down here, and then there's the indicator that was shared. Okay, so that's how you do your basic chart setup. You can get rid of some of these backgrounds as well. While I'm thinking about that, under appearance, you can change your candle type. Maybe you like bars, the lines. So you have the candle you like. You can fill it if it goes up, so you have both of them. Let's see, equities. If you want to see extended hours, go to the equities here. Make sure you have it checked, and then I like to check this one too, to highlight it. And once you do that, you'll start seeing it. This is post-market, this is pre-market, and then now you have your pre and post-market, so you can see what's going on. All right. Right here under styles, you can save, or like if you like the way this chart was set up, you can come in here and you can just hit save style and name it to what you want, and include the pattern study set. That just means all these indicators as well. Okay, if you want that saved, or if you just had maybe a white background and gray here and no horizontal lines or vertical lines, you can name that as like your default chart. I'm just trying to remember where you actually would change the background colors and stuff. I'm looking really quick. It's been a while since I've had to change it. Okay, right here, same spot under appearance, the background, you can like change it all black. Maybe you want it white. Ooh, bash. Wow. Okay, but if you went black and I want to get rid of the grids and I only want to see this, so now it looks much better. And you can see it on a daily or any other chart. But if you wanted the grids to maybe help with your where'd it go? Show the grid, at least to see your strikes, you can do that too. So there's multiple ways. Again, like I said, you could save it. You can even save studies. So say you liked having the Bollinger Bands, the 20 moving average, and RSI. You can come in here under studies and hit save study set and name it. And as you can see, I got quite a few on here. So you can just name it to what you want, and then say you opened up a new chart and you wanted to bring it over. You could. So like what I mean by that, so we're gonna save this. We're just name it test. So now we saved the studies. So say, well, I want 2 charts on my screen, James. Come over here to the top. See this big rectangle? If you click it, you can have all of these charts. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that 32 charts? Typically, like I kind of do 4 or sometimes 6. So say you wanted to just have 2 charts up here, but you want to bring that back. You can come in here. Let's link them. So you want to have maybe a daily and a 15-minute. You can, this little button here is the linking it. Just change this to a color you like say red. Okay, and then come in here and do that as well. Now, anytime you change it, anything associated with this link will change as well. That goes for watch list, charts. It'll change it with it. So that's why it gives you the option. You can have multiple. Okay, so now say you got that on here, and now you want to have the 15-minute over here. You can come in here and go to studies and load study set and go to the one you named, and it's going to bring those over. All right, now say you liked this background, you could have come in here to style and went load, and then it would bring it up this color as well. And now you have 2 charts. Okay, so let me see. I think that's pretty much it on the charts. You can save your grid as well. If you wanted to have more of a flexible grid, how you see how maybe I have 5, because you can see these have to be, in the right set. I have like 2 on one and 3 on another. That's the flexible grid. That's another type of grid. That's right here under flexible grid. And here you can have as much as you want. You would just come to these this little 9 dots right here and click customize grid. That'll then bring up all these options. You can add, I believe this is add below, add to the left, or remove. So if I wanted to add one, there's the below one. Okay, and then now you can add it and you can link them all together. So this is another chart thing, but the good thing about the flexible grid is you can also add in, your time and sales and maybe the active trader on this side. Okay, so that makes it easy for trading and charting on one screen. Okay, so let's see, that is about it for the basics with the chart. The rest is pretty easy to understand. For scanning, right here, this quick tab, you hit scan. This should be probably what is about default. There is so much, I can't even touch on everything, but if you look here, when you hit scan, you have a stock hacker, an option hacker, spread. The stock hacker is a good one, and so is the option. They're about this, I use them both. If you wanted to see maybe what was moving pre-market, you can kind of go under scan in, and they have public ones. These are all the ones that are standard with thinkorswim. So if you wanted to see maybe the pre-market movers, you can just click here and hit scan, and this will bring up everything pre-market that's moving. But if you only wanted to then see penny stocks, you can come under and to stock and go to, I usually go to last, and you'd say I only want to see things that are 1 cent up to $1. You just put that in there, okay? And then I want them to have maybe 500,000 pre-market. This isn't going to work for pre-market. You need to have it actually bigger. So we're going to go like $5 pre-market up to 15, and trading at least, I don't know, 50,000 pre-market so far. You could do that, and then now it'll scan the pre-market movers. in this range. And let's see, it's not going to bring anything up because nothing's moving right now. But you have tons of options. These are all items given by Thinkorswim that you can search in or about, you know, pre-market, post-market, the top 10 gainers, industry. If you wanted to set your own up, then if you wanted to just find some stocks that, again, are moving within a like a certain new highs and stuff, right? You can just, you want to make sure that you're in all symbols, and then you just come in here and add a filter. So you click that. Okay, here you go. You want them to be at least $25, and we add another filter. Let's see, are we gonna want volume? It needs to be trading 750,000, right? And then add one more, add a study. You can do where is it at? I'm looking for one, right? I'm moving average. Well, VWAP, right? That where it is. I don't like that scan. That's not a good scan. I'm looking for something better. Near the highs, right? It's going to be within 3% of, you know, so many period high, and then you scan it. And then next thing you know, you have all your scans. You want to filter this a little better. Maybe you only want stock, so you're not getting some other stuff, and intersect it with it being only in the S&P. You can come in here and do that, and then scan, and it's going to filter stocks who are above $25, 750,000 volume, right, and is near their highs. Okay, and these are all going to show up, and now you can check them out and look on your charts. But you can search for options. It's so in depth, I can't even touch on anything a lot, but you can save them just the same. Save your scan query, load it, and it's going to be under personals. And like I have things here that have an RSI 2, right? And it has the close, the average volume, and this is actually a custom script, but you could do something else here. Things are just maybe a possible swing trade trending above the 200 moving average. So I have the stock at close as 50. It's got some optional interest because I like to do options, right? And then I have certain scans. The trend shows trending up, and the moving average is at least above the 200 moving. So then what this will do is give me stocks who close above 50, trending up according to the TTM trend. It's at least above the 200 day by 0.01%. And the average volume is at least 1 million. I hit scan, and this will give me 81 stocks that are trending up right now. And then you can come over to your chart. I think I may have closed it. I did. And look them up and see if they're worth taking your trade. That's really it. Mess around with it, but that's where you would go for your scans. And again, the charts we went over. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments or go ahead and ask me in chat. But that's it, guys. Thank you.